Okay, welcome back everybody to another MTGO League. Going to be running some more Rhinos through today. A bit more of a classic build than the last time, although there is a distinct difference. 3 copies of Blood Moon in the main. This deck list is the highest performing Rhinos list in the most recent Modern Challenge. It was 12th place over the weekend by a player called PvtEnormous. So credit to them for the deck list. Yeah, actually saying that it's standard is possibly not quite right. So yeah, we've got the the classic Footfalls and Cascaders. But then we've got 1 Prismari Command in the main, 2 copies of Endurance, probably to fight the online meta, which seems to be a lot of Living End. And then yeah, 3 copies of Blood Moon in the main, maybe as a concession to 4 color, which you can get with Blood Moon, but it is fairly difficult. And then sideboard, got some Force of Vigors, Foundation Breakers, and up to the full 4 Endurance if needed, 4 Mystical Dispute. You don't have Blood Moon obviously, but got that in the main. 2 Ashiok Dream Render, again possibly to hedge against Living End, and also against Titan decks, and then 2 copies of Subtlety. So yeah. Let's see how we get on. Hi to everyone that is watching on YouTube. I hope everyone's doing well today. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if it's something you're enjoying. Playing a lot of Rhinos, Jund and 4 color at the moment. If there's anything else in that sort of wheelhouse that you think I might enjoy, please do let me know. Do donation decks from time to time, so do get in contact if you would like to arrange one of those. And yeah, I'm going to start streaming a bit more potentially. Done a couple on YouTube already, which were really fun. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested as well. Might try and set one of those up some point soon. But now let's get into round 1 with the team of Rhinos. We are on the play, which is always really nice. And we see pretty much the ideal hand. Yeah, we're definitely going to keep this. It's yeah, on the play, turn 2. We got 3 lands, 2 Cascaders, so good insulation against Thoughtseizes. And then we've got Fire Ice to ice my opponent's land turn 2, and then we can just make 10 power on turn 3. So yeah, this is almost as good as it gets. Glasspool, sure, so some sort of tribal deck I would imagine, because this can come in, yeah, as a copy. Okay, Crashing Footfalls, don't want to do anything with that. We're just going to ice my opponent's land. And then we're going to just Shardless Agent next turn. Okay, so basic island from the opponent. They could have something like Spell Pierce. We draw another Cascader. So yeah, let's just go ahead and play this Shardless Agent. Make 10 power, hopefully. This could be that mono blue Temur thing. No, I don't think so. Okay, Force of Negation. So yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. We could have waited until my opponent's upkeep and made them with Violent Outburst. Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. Okay, so Merfolk by the look of it. Okay, so whenever this attacks, you draw a card. So I guess we'll play a land. We could attack and then Bonecrusher this. Might be best. Bonecrusher, then hold up Brazen Borrower, or do we just want to make more Rhinos? Don't really want my opponent drawing a card. Although Instructor No, I think we're okay here. If my opponent attacks, we'll Violent Outburst. See what they do. Okay, Island Walk. That's obviously not amazing, but we can kill that. Take 2 here. So then just Violent Outburst. Make some Rhinos. Then fetch. Just grab a tap land here. We'll grab Steam Vents, I think. Want more red. Drawing Fury would be pretty good. Okay, Dead Gone's really good as well. Does have Ward. Is it other Merfolk? Yeah. So yeah, we'll attack here. Opponent takes 10. Then we'll Petty Theft this. I'm not gonna suspend the Footfalls here, just because yeah, not gonna spend it because we may need to get round Ward 1. It's unlikely. Opponent attacking with this. So I think we'll just let that go. No, I think we're just going to stomp. Encourage my opponent to do something. And then we can go... Okay, opponent not playing anything. Which is definitely a little bit odd. Play our land. So they might have Merfolk Trickster. Return target tapped creature. Sure. So they're going to get rid of a Rhino. So if we Violent Outburst and Dead Gone, we're hitting in for 3. What's that? 3 plus 5 is 8. Let's see if my opponent wants to block. I'm happy if they block, I think. Okay, so yeah, we'll do it now. Get a bit of extra damage in. Hold up this Dead Gone. So that's all the Rhinos now. Maybe we should have put my opponent to fire to 2 there. But don't mind, yeah. Yeah, possibly should, because then we could burn them out. Okay, there's the Lord of Atlantis. Hopefully it's just this Cilium. Yeah, so we'll just go dead, kill this. Okay, so yeah, we had the you know, if I could choose an opening hand to have on the play, I think our hand would have been pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, you could change a Bonecrusher for a Force of Negation maybe, but yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Merfolk, we might want the Mystical Disputes. We might want the Subtleties. We don't want the Forces. And we don't want the Blood Moon, so we've got quite a lot to cut. Endurance isn't great either. So actually we have got 9 cards that we're able to bring in. This spell can't be countered. 3 damage to each creature. That is 6 mana though. I don't think we're likely to get to 6 mana. I think Endurance is probably better. Do you want to bring in like Foundation Breaker as a as a hedge to like a Chalice? I guess it kills Ether Vial as well. Is that Cilium an enchantment as well? Maybe. What else? One more card. Is it just a flash blocker and endurance, or is it? I'm going to bring in Foundation Breaker just in case. Right, we're going to keep this. It's a bit sketchy, but we can potentially counter something with this Mystical Dispute, and Fury is going to be really good if we can find another red card. Okay, opponent does have Chalice of the Void. So I'm going to play as Scalding Tarn and pass. We're snap countering anything my opponent does here, especially a Silvergill Adept. Do we just get a basic island? I think I'll grab Steam Vents. Might as well dispute this. Use our mana. Stop us getting more lands is not what we want to see. Okay, see what the opponent does. Yeah, that Chalice of the Void obviously frustrating. So if we get to if we go to a game 3, we will okay, Chalice is countered by the other Chalice. So yeah, so if we go to game 3, we'll definitely be bringing the Force of Vigors in. So opponent revealed this. No, so it's not an enchantment. I wondered if it might be an enchantment, but sadly not. Go grab a Breeding Pool. So yeah, Brazen Borrower, an excellent draw. I'm just going to play this, and then yeah, we'll just cycle a Fury. Opponent missing a land. So yeah, Brazen Borrower. Prismari Command also deals with Chalice. So it looks like the opponent could be holding up Force. They haven't cast the Cilium. So I'd quite like to draw like some sort of instant speed. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay, well, we don't mind drawing more copies of Fury. So yeah, don't want to do anything in our turn really. I think we're just, well, I think I'm just going to kill this. We can pay for dispute now as well. Lord. Okay, so I think my opponent's probably holding up dispute. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast this Fury. I may think about not casting it if my opponent you know, if this wasn't Lord of Atlantis, I think, or if my opponent hadn't played, if they hadn't played a creature, I'd probably hold it. Silvergill Adept. I think now we're going to wait. Hopefully they cast something else. More lands is not great. Am I attacking? I think so. You know, there's every chance that we won't be able to block anyway. I could cast another Fury. Do we like casting another Fury? I actually quite like that. It puts lethal onto the field. We're only wasting our mana if not. I wonder if I should suspend the Footfalls here. No, probably not. Well, maybe we should have waited for this Cilium. Although, ooh, Brazen Borrower is an excellent draw. Yeah, I'll just petty theft that, I think. Okay, they've got the Force. Well, so yeah, we'll just attack here. So these will trade. And then I'm just going to play out a Shardless Agent. We won't bother casting that. Opponent's got one card in hand. I think just putting a 2/2 onto the field is fine there. Fury's just so good. This list does only run 2. I think I've registered more in Rhinos before. But, you know, this game we haven't actually cast any Rhinos. Okay, Violent Outburst. So, again, we can use that to just increase our damage here if need be. Okay, opponent returns Fury to our hand. Opponent might as well block. So yeah, we'll just cast a Fury again. Yeah, just need to. So the way the opponent gets back into this now is by kind of putting loads of Merfolk onto the field and kind of buffing each other. Okay, so we get there, game 1. Yeah, just Fury getting the job done, some cheap interaction. Yeah, not really much more to say. Maybe I don't know. Fury was obviously at its best against Merfolk, but don't know. Maybe we'd want more. But yeah, anywho, see you for the next round. Right, we are on the play here. For round number 2, see if we can get another good opening hand. So yeah, opponent reveals Kahira. This is okay. I'm going to keep it. You know, it's we can suspend Rhinos on 1, then we've got 2 Fire Ice to try and disrupt the opponent. So yeah, I don't mind this. We get a breeding pool because we're going to want to cast this Brazen Borrower at some point probably. And then we'll play a Mountain so as not to have to type the Fiery Islet for mana too much. So Kahira for the opponent, so we don't really know what this is. Okay, we can actually go and fetch Basic Island here, which we probably will do. Opponent might not fetch. If they want to play around Fire Ice. Yep, they do that. Okay. Red and 6. Okay, so we don't know what this is yet. Could be it's quite possibly elementals actually. I think I'm going to fetch basic island. I think I'm just going to Brazen Borrower here, as in just petty theft. The red and 6. We could have dealt it 2 damage and then dealt it another 2 damage, but that seems a lot of. And my opponent has to discard now, so. Okay, Ketria Triome. We have a lot of lands, so I think we're just going to play Mountain, and now we're going to ice my opponent's red source. But I can play red and 6 anyway. Okay, there's Violent Outburst, so that's nice. So I'd imagine this is going to be a red and 6. If it's not, then we... if my opponent plays red and 6, we're going to Violent Outbursts at sorcery speed. They haven't, so we're going to do it in my opponent's upkeep. Unless they fetch now, in which case we'll do it, because... Okay, yeah, so let's go for it here. So my opponent doesn't have mana to counterspell. They may have Force. But yeah, we'll make our Rhinos here. So yeah, we still don't quite know what my opponent's on. It's Team of Colours. Ooh, Timo Reke. Something we haven't seen for a while. Just go and grab a Steam Vents here, I think. No, we'll grab Stomping Ground. Double Forest, in case you want to cast Endurance. Okay, so we get to put a Crashing Footfalls onto the stack here. Okay, so my opponent does play Counterspell. They still haven't played their Ren and 6. We need to stop drawing lands, really. So we'll play Fiery Islet. So there's not much point in using this Fire Ice to tap my opponent's land, because they're just going to untap it with Wilderness Reclamation anyway. But it's on my opponent to do stuff now, really. Okay, so you know they do run Shark Typhoon, so they may make a shark that we want to tap down, or yeah, I mean, my opponent's at 5, which is coincidentally, you know, Brazen Borrower plus fire. Opponent could have something like a Nexus of Fate. See what they do here. don't know whether we should cast Brazen Borrower really. I guess my opponent's not likely to have an instant speed sweeper. This looks like Nexus of Fate to me, which is a problem, but okay, it's just a Shark Typhoon. Okay, so we're going to go, we'll do this right now before my opponent can potentially draw a counter spell. And then we will cast this Brazen Borrower. It's got 3 mana. They could take control of a Rhino. Yeah, which they do. Okay, so that's really good. Opponent may have counter spell. Let's play out the island. Let's cast this now. Obviously we drew really well there. But yeah, we're definitely right to hold off on that Fire Ice, tap the Shark Typhoon token, and then if not, we attack for 3, put my opponent to 2, and then yeah, we didn't draw very well there. I mean, that was an excellent draw, but okay, so we probably want the Force of Vigors and stuff. We possibly want Chandra here. I think we want Mystical Dispute. Force is probably fine. I don't think the Blood Moon affects. Blood Moon maybe. Endurance, we don't want that. Prismari Command can come out. Dead Gone can come out. Fury can actually come out. They do run Jace the Mind Sculptor, I suppose, but don't think we want Subtlety. I kind of want to make room for a Chandra. Maybe cut 1 Blood Moon. What do you think about that? Yeah, we'll go with that. So Force of Vigor and is just, it's a good option against opposing Chalice of the Voids, etc. as well. Okay, so we're going to keep this. It's a reasonable hand. We can do the same again. Suspend some Rhinos. We've got Foundation Breaker for a Wilderness Wreck. We can force stuff as well, which is good. So let's leave with Breeding Pool and just suspend one of these. Could be Void Mirror. Round 6. I wonder if I'm meant to force that. I kind of think I'm going to force that. Yeah, I'll pitch this Brazen Borrower. Might choke my opponent on mana. Like Brennan 6 is a key sort of win con for them. Maybe that was loose. Okay, we do draw another land, which is nice. So we'll just go and get the Triome here. I'd quite like to go and get Island, but then we cut ourselves off red mana. Okay, so opponent passing here. So yeah, just going to go for. Yeah, I think we're just going to go. Oh, Dispute's very nice as well. So now we can just go Violent Outburst in my opponent's turn. Unless they do something here. Okay, we'll do it now. while my opponent does not have counterspell mana up. They could have Flusterstorm, of course, or Spell Pierce. Okay, so they decide to go for the Force. That's fine. You know, we get an Archmage's Charm out of my opponent's hand as well. The opponent doesn't have a land to put in. We'd really quite like a land now, an untapped land, so that we can go Shardless Agent, hold up, Mystical Dispute. Okay, so we do have Foundation Breaker for that, which yeah, we can use now. Okay, Violent Outburst, not a bad draw. So we do this. Or the opponent. Okay. Destroy the Chalice. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. They've got Kahira in the sideboard. Growth Spiral could counter this, but don't really think that's what we want to be doing. We want to be saving Mystical Dispute. Oh, another Chalice of the Void. That's pretty rough because that's going to counter our Rhinos now. Yeah, you have to cast it actually. Okay, so we have an alternate win con here. Potentially. Okay, opponent adds Kahira, so that implies my opponent probably has Counterspell. Okay, Brazen Borrower is nice. Do you need to draw some more lands? So yeah, end of turn we'll go for Brazen Borrower. Okay, yeah, Kahira's fine. I'm definitely putting my opponent on Counterspell. Which we want them to use here, really. Oh, that's so bad. Really needed it to not be Veil of Summer. Okay, we find a land. We could just cast a Shardless Agent, but I don't think that's going to get us very far. Just want to draw 2 more lands now. Which one is a red source? Four cards in the opponent's hand is a bit worrying. Okay, another land is nice. Yeah, probably forcing that red and 6. Well, don't know. Like it would be on getting up to ultimate range now. So yeah, we'll bring in the probably keeping the what's it called? The shatter effect that we've got. Prismari Command. Okay, another Brazen Borrower. So that's good. So my opponent's end step will probably go for that. Because we don't want to tap out and then let them resolve a Wilderness Wreck. Okay, so that's Petty Theft the Chalice. Counterspell. Okay, we can't do anything about that. So now we are pretty much all in on finding a land. Oh, another dispute. Trouble is, this is going to end up killing us. I think we have to cast the Shardless Agent now. Just to block the Kahira. And then we're going to need to find one more mana for Chandra. Not seen Temur Reckoner in a while. Okay, Renin 6. Getting back Tarn. What can this do again? Deal target creature or planeswalker. So we can deal with Chandra there. If we need, with Renin 6 if we have to. Really want a land. I suppose we can go, actually we can go fire, kill this. We'll probably use our counter spells here. If my opponent does something to... I think I'm just going to use up my opponent's. I mean, this reeks of us having another one, but these disputes are definitely not getting any better. Otawara. Okay. That's fair enough. So yeah, I think we'll attack Renin 6 here. Just get some loyalty off my opponent's planeswalker. This comes in on 6 loyalty. This is... Oh, opponent finds Otawara, which is pretty good with Renin 6, yeah. So yeah, we do need to find a land at some point. Okay, there we go. So I think, yeah, we're just going to go for this now. We're just going to get basic mountain. Never actually cast this. It's been in my sideboard a couple of times for in Temur. Opponent could have something like Ether Gust, I suppose. Okay, so we could +2. We don't want to do that. That's, yeah, I'm just going to plus. Yeah, I think our plan is kind of, I'm not attacking, so we're just kind of going to try and use this Chandra to win the game. Maybe I should have killed Kahira, but we know my opponent has got Otawara. Okay, so opponent, yeah, puts Shardless Agent back in our hand. I guess we will have to kill Kahira. Opponent could just ping us, I guess. That's not an elemental, is it? No, cat beast. Wilderness Wreck. Yeah, I think this one is now pretty much over. The protecting of that Chalice of the Void was just pretty brutal. Is this her Nexus of Fate? Potentially. Could be a big shark. Could be like Expansion Explosion. Don't know if they still run that. They do. Okay. Sweet deck. Always been a fan of Temur Reclamation. Played it for a while. Oh no, I played Sultai back when good old Euro was legal. I mean, you could have played anything when Euro was legal and won. It was just insane. Okay, so Prismari Command in. I wonder if we want the Blood Moon effects. Probably not. Like, not more of them. Force is fine. Maybe we cut a land. No, not on the play. Opponent does run a lot of non-basics. Yeah, probably forcing the Ren and 6 was probably incorrect. Maybe I cut two. Do I cut? Maybe it's one Bonecrusher. What do we think of that? Maybe we'll bring in Magus of the Moon instead. Let's do that. Just a bit concerned about winning the game. As in, because we've cut the Furies, cut the Bonecrusher Giants, it's just a bit hard to actually get there with them. You know, if my opponent slams a Chalice again, and you know, if we've got my opponent to 2 or something, and then we can never cast Rhinos again. We just need a way of dealing last few points of damage. But okay, so yeah, we'll play. Let's see another really good hand, hopefully. This is actually we will keep. It's got a Force to protect against Chalice. It's got lots of Cascaders. It's got the turn 2 Fire Ice. So yeah, we'll play Breeding Pool, pass the turn. Ready to force a Chalice of the Void if my opponent plays one. Okay, so we're going to cast that. So we really want, we're going to Fire Ice whatever here, unless my opponent just leaves the fetch land uncracked. Okay, so unfortunately we can't. I wonder if I'm meant to ice my. I think I'm meant to ice my own land here because I need to draw another land. Yeah. Okay, so we do draw it. So yeah, but it uses our mana at least. Okay, so here. I think, yeah, given that we've got 3 copies of Shardless Agent, so we'll go and grab Stomping Ground. Oh, I should have played this land and gone and got Stomping Ground, and then I could have fetched a basic forest in case we draw our one of our Magus effects or Blood Moon. My opponent's now seen Magus of the Moon if they're paying attention. I imagine my opponent doesn't have counterspell here. I mean, they may be forced to use a Force of Negation, but see what my opponent does. Okay, getting islands, that makes sense because they probably want to play around Blood Moon. Yeah, Island Forest. This better not be Test of Talents. Could be Force, I guess. Could be Flusterstorm. Might just be Growth Spiraling, trying to hit a Force. These colours are Growth Spiral colours. My opponent looks like they've misclicked a land, which means... okay, so my opponent probably does have Counterspell, but they've misclicked on Modo. Okay, so now I think, yeah, we can just take quite a defensive position now. We don't really need to do too much. Like things like Ren and 6 can just resolve. Tap lands really. I mean, that's pretty good for us. Actually, So I'll attack him for 10. I wonder if I'm meant to cast more. I feel like I am. Yeah, we're going to go for some more Rhinos here. I think it's probably more likely that my opponent has something like you know, a gain control spell or kill spell rather than a sweeper. Oh, I should have suspended this other Crashing Footfalls. But yeah, we've got 12 power on the field. Opponent won't be running Supreme Verdict. We will force a Wilderness Reclamation here. That should win us the game. Yeah, unfortunate my opponent. Yeah, if they did misclick their land, I wonder if I've definitely done it where you're trying to think of too much and you're thinking of the Blood Moon that you've just seen. You're trying to fetch a forest, but then you forget that you're trying to cast Counterspell. But yeah, there we go. It does happen, especially on Magic Online. It does happen in paper as well. I've definitely seen people get you know, game losses for fetching the wrong land with, you know, trying to fetch Stomping Ground with Polluted Delta, for example, and stuff like that. Yeah, it does happen, but you know, I think we were probably still ahead there. But yeah, good to get the win. See you for the next round. Okay, lucky enough to be on the play again. And yeah, we're not going to keep this. We will just about keep this. This is good against like a kind of grindy deck, I suppose. I can just keep suspending Rhinos. We'll get rid of Endurance, I think. Then we can go suspend Rhinos, and then the following turn suspend Rhinos, kill something if we need to. This is where we play against Living End and Assad. So just go and get a breeding pool here. See what the opponent's on. They've kept 7. No companion, which yeah, doesn't say as much these days that Lurrus is gone. Okay, so tap Steam Vents from the opponent makes me think. Oh, that's a good draw. So I'm just going to go another Footfalls. Makes me think, you know, the first one you think of when you see this is probably Murktide Regent. But could also be the Mirror, could be Elementals. I wonder if I draw a land, am I meant to jam Shardless Agent here? Probably. Although we could be about to get Fire Iced. Okay, this could well be the Mirror. Okay, Ice. Wouldn't mind hitting the land. Blood Moon, not the best. Could really do with a land now. Okay, so we're going to go for it here. I'd quite like to get Forest. Is there any... getting Island, though, is fine, I think. In case you want to Blood Moon at some point. Okay, so we see a Force here from the opponent. So yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see their... Yeah, okay, so we're playing the Mirror. So we're going to let my opponent hit us. But then next turn we make Rhinos, and potentially the turn after. We're not going to block, because I'd rather then block the following turn and trade with a Rhino. Yeah, that's fine. Although it's quite tempting to cast a Blood Moon. I think I'm going to cast Blood Moon here. If my opponent makes more Rhinos in response, I think that's fine. No, we won't attack, because then I want to be able to trade Shardless Agent for a Rhino. Opponent got Forest, that's why. Oh, and Fury. Yeah, okay, that's pretty rough. So we're taking 6 here. So kill that. Okay, so we get to make more Rhinos. Oh, Shardless Agent. So I'm going to bounce my opponent's Rhino right now. Pass the turn. So we're not out of this. I suppose my opponent can now draw like Fire, Bonecrusher Giant. I think I'm going to double block here. Because if my opponent has some way to remove one of our Rhinos. I suppose they could have Fire as well, so, or, well no, not Fire, but if they have Dead Gone, they could deal the one that has dealt 2 damage to, well I don't think that matters actually. Oh, another Fury. Yeah, pretty good draws after our Blood Moon comes down. Okay, Brazen Borrower. Well, guess we have to do that now. Don't really want my opponent untapping. Although they can't actually draw a counter spell, I guess. Yeah, that was mistimed a little bit there. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, we kind of get wrecked there. Not really sure there was much we could have done. I think we played fine. Yeah, opponent, you know, drawing the basic forest, and then 2 copies of Fury and a Bonecrusher Giant. Maybe we shouldn't have played the Blood Moon, but at the time it locked my opponent out of every spell, so I think that was fine. Okay, so we don't really want the Blood Moons. Don't really know what we do want here. I guess Mystical Dispute is probably fine. Endurance doesn't really do anything. Maybe another Dispute. And then maybe we'll have, well, maybe Endurance is fine as a flash blocker. Maybe we'll bring in Chandra. Yeah, Chandra's probably fine if the game goes long. You know, if we trade off Rhinos and then... If we trade off Rhinos, this can also wipe the board of Rhinos if we need to. As if, actually, maybe it can't. Might be 3 damage. Maybe that was wrong, boarding that in. But I don't think we've got anything massively better. You don't want to Subtlety one of their creatures. Oh, definitely don't want to concede. We'll play first, and yeah, this is fine. Well, yeah, but this is okay. It's can't quite cast this Violent Outburst. Because we haven't got the mana, but it's got some decent stuff in. Okay. Yeah, so let's play Scalding Tarn and pass, then we'll go and get the Triome. Okay, opponent suspends a Footfall, so we'll ice that. We'll play the island, keep hold of the Otawara in case we draw more lands. Okay, that's a good draw. Play a basic island, pass. And then we'll go ice my opponent's land, which stops them icing my land so that we can Violent Outburst next turn. We could wait until the turn after, but did my opponent mulligan? They did. They mulliganed to 5, so I think we're fine with my opponent having to use a Force of Negation here. And then we can hold up Mystical Dispute if they try and play some Rhinos. One key thing here, in the mirror, it can be quite key to not be necessarily the one to have to pitch to Force of Negation, because you both just usually slam Rhinos against each other, and you both end up short on cards. I think we probably will go and fetch a basic forest, although then we can't cast Fury. Not sure. Right, let's go ice this. Okay, another Dispute's not too bad. Okay, Shardless Agent's interesting. But I think we're going to... Yeah, we're going to go Violent Outburst in my opponent's upkeep so that they can't Force of Negation. I think I will fetch Shock. Because we probably want more red mana. So is there anything we need double green for? I think we can get Stomping Ground here. So yeah, we're doing it now. which is before my opponent can play their third land to hardcast Force, but it's in their turn, so they can't cast Force with its alternate cost. Yeah, we make some Rhinos. I mean, I suppose they can make Rhinos, which they probably do here. If they go for Violent Outburst here, which they don't, but they could have done. Okay, so we'll attack. Maybe they'll try and trade off Rhinos. Petty Theft. Well, I could go dispute that. Yeah, let's dispute that. We've got another dispute. Definitely possible that I'm not meant to Shardless Agent and just hold up Force. If my opponent goes Force, yeah, I think we are going to. We want lethal next turn. Okay, opponent concedes. So yeah, being on the play, my opponent mulliganing to 5. Obviously, all goes very well in our favour. Let's see. Do you want to make any changes? Don't think so. We didn't see anything that makes us want to make any changes, so I think we'll just run it back. Okay, yeah, we're pretty okay with this hand. We can go turn one suspend some Rhinos, turn 2 hold up Brazen Borrower. Opponent's mulled to 5 again. So yeah, turn 2 hold up Petty Theft, and then turn 3 and 4 we can cast actually turn 3, 4 and 5 we can cast Crashing Footfalls. Okay, so let's just play out. Well, yeah, we can play Boseiju here. No real reason why not. I guess the opponent can ice us. Wonder if we're going to get iced here. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, another Shardless Agent. I guess it's fairly likely that we'll want to fetch shock. I think we're going to probably fetch shock anyway, because next turn we'll probably want to go Violent Outburst. Okay, opponent gets a Triome. So we'd much rather our opponent have Shardless Agent there, but they don't. So opponent will go for it here if they have. Oh, okay. So they're just icing. So they don't have a Cascader, which is obviously good for us. Steam Vents. So I'm just going to play the basic island and pass. Shardless Agent. Okay, so I think my opponent probably has Mystical Dispute here. They've waited a turn. Okay, so we'll Petty Theft a Rhino. Yeah, Mystical Dispute. Okay. So now we kind of hope they don't have Force and a blue card. We're at 19 life, which is good. Okay, Bonecrusher's not a bad draw. we've got a Footfalls coming in next turn as well. Okay, pass the turn. So, given that we've got 2 more Cascaders, I'm definitely happy trading off everything here. Yeah, so I'm just going to try and trade. We've got 2 Cascaders in hand, and we've got some coming in potentially next turn. We've got more cards than my opponent. Okay, basic forest isn't too bad. So now we're going to go. We're not going to play anything in my turn. In my opponent's upkeep, we're going to make some Rhinos. They might make some, of course. Okay, that's fine. They might have another Brazen Borrower, of course. Stomp me. Okay, so now we're just going to go for Violent Outburst now. The fact that my opponent's removing my Rhinos kind of one at a time means that they probably don't have a sweeper. Bonecrusher Giant's a 4/3. We've got a Bonecrusher of our own. I wonder if I meant to just stomp here. I mean, stomp's not going to kill much. I think I'd just rather use my mana. Oh, that is. I was just going to say, we just don't want to draw on our last Crashing Footfalls. That's the worst draw in our deck. And, well, yeah, a bit dramatic to say it could lose us the game, but... Okay, opponent's got another Petty Theft. I think I'm just going to cast my Bonecrusher Giant. Play a land. Do we think the game is going to go long enough that this Crashing Footfalls is going to be relevant, or do we just think the Shardless Agent? I think we're going to cast the Shardless Agent here. And then we're just going to pause, let my opponent decide whether they want to concede. They have conceded. Okay, so bit of a Modo thing here. My opponent doesn't know that my last card is Crashing Footfalls, so we've just paused, given them an opportunity to concede. They have. I mean, they're probably losing this game anyway, but you know, might as well get the percentage points where we can. So yeah, we get the win. Move on to 3-0. See you for the next round. Okay, so we're on the draw here. This hand is, again, amazing if we hit exactly land off the top, or land and then one of the lands we draw from Fire Ice is a land. But I think we can't risk that happening. So yeah, this is good. This is a potential turn 2 Blood Moon. So I think we have to put one on the bottom. I think we'll put the Boseiju. Yeah. But then we have to Gemstone Caverns as well. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Fury. So we do only start with 4 cards, but we've got one on the field. Okay, so keeping a... Oh, that's a really good draw. this. Cavern of Souls on... Oh, it's Goblins. So that's the most worrying. Because, yeah, we can now potentially just lose next turn if my opponent's got the combo. Can't do anything about it, though. Yeah, if my opponent's got the combo, they've got the combo. I mean, we could have held up Violent Outburst there, but... Ugh, they do have the combo, so... For those not aware, yeah, my opponent now can... So they go and put Kiki Jiki on top, and then we can make infinite copies of Snoop. Oh, and then they... Yeah, and then... Just going to see, make sure that my opponent does it correctly. Because it's not like the copycat combo where they have to, you know, because they're all taps, they can't attack. So my opponent has to copy the Harbinger at some point, fetch up Slingang Lieutenant, and then they can just drain us to death. But we'll just make them show us that and make sure that they count their snoops correctly. Yeah, really frustrating way to kick off this round. Interestingly, if we hadn't put Fury on the bottom, we'd probably win. Okay, opponent, I will concede to Boggart Harbin yeah, so they can just check that they do it correctly. Yep. So now the Snoops get the abilities of Slingang Lieutenant, sacrifice all their goblins, ping us for, in theory, infinite damage. Yeah, it's not very common for our opponent to have the turn 3 combo there. But we do get got by it. Okay, so we'll probably want the Subtlety to defend against that. We can consider Ashiok. So we don't want the Forces. We don't want the Blood Moons. I guess we could have Blood Moon to stop them there because they wouldn't have been able to play the Harbinger. But I don't think that's great. We don't really want the counter spells. Endurance isn't amazing either. So I think we can bring in the Ashioks. Chandra's not actually too bad because if the game does go longer and we need to kill a load of goblins, I don't know if I'm just getting too hung up on this card. But I don't really know what else we want. I think we'll just fill the rest with the endurances. Although actually it's probably a good idea to bring in these. We know that our opponent runs Ether Vial at very least, so I'm pretty sure they run either Void Mirror or Void Mirror or Chalice of the Void in the sideboard. So yeah, I think it's a good idea there to bring those in. Subtlety is good to disrupt the combo. It's good to stop big turns with Goblin Ringleader and stuff. What do we think about this? It can't make Rhinos, but it does control the board fairly well. I think we'll keep this. We can always cycle through with Prismari Command if we need to. Opponent might be on Blood Moon, but I guess it's not the most common. But we will lead on Scalding Tarn here, fetch the Triome, so then the Misty Rainforest can fetch some sort of basic. Opponent might be running Thoughtseize, I suppose. Let's go and get the Triome. So at the moment it looks like we probably want double blue, so... Okay, so that can fetch green. Let's go Misty Rainforest pass. Holding up Brazen Borrower here. Don't really want to cash in our Fury yet. But probably going to bounce whatever my opponent... Well, we don't really want to play that. Sorry, Fury that. So we're just going to get a basic forest. No, basic island here. Probably shouldn't have done that actually. Probably should have just gone and got a tap land. Do this. We can pass the turn here. We could make a treasure with Prismari Command here, which we may do. Yeah, I think we're going to make a treasure. Okay, no attacks from the opponent, so that's pretty good for us. So we're just going to grab basic forest. And then we'll go draw 2, discard 2, make a treasure. Look for some... Okay, so there's a Rhino. So I think we can get rid of Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool's Gemstone Caverns, maybe? No, we don't want to get rid of both lands. Actually, I'm going to get rid of Gemstone Caverns, 1 Brazen Borrower. I think having a Subtlety is nice. And now we're just going to cast Fury. Wrath my opponent's board. We've got, yeah, having Subtlety up is nice. You know, we make a big threat here. This could be, yeah, Ringleader's fine. I mean, we could have Subtletied that, I suppose. Okay, so what is this? Return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. It's got Echo. Okay, sure. We are crashing in for 6, so wouldn't mind a land. Okay, another Violent Outburst. Wonder if I meant to Violent Outburst here. I probably am, just because it well, it counts for 2 damage here. Okay, so we might want to use the Subtlety here. I mean, well, how much do we care? Target creature. No, that's fine. Sure. Okay, so that will kill our Fury. Again, how much do we care? I don't think we really... Well, yeah, I don't think we care that much. Okay, so that's a pretty good draw. Attack here. blockers. I think we're just going to pass the turn now. Yeah, we're not taking much damage. We can actually hard cast a Subtlety as well, which is okay, there's a Snoop. So we know the last card in my opponent's hand is Boggart Harbinger. Oh, Kiki Jiki, but it doesn't get haste. Activated abilities, sure. Okay, so this has got flying. So I think we're just going to go... If we deal... Oh, we could just... Oh, we just make more Rhinos actually, don't we? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, didn't... the Occam's Razor, easiest line. Definitely just make more Rhinos and then make an untap and do all sorts of nasty stuff. Yeah, can't do the combo there because Kikijiki does not gain haste. Sorry, Kikijiki doesn't give Conspicuous Snoop haste. But it might have been correct to kill the Conspicuous Snoop in response to the fetch land. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just to stop stop my opponent potentially casting a Goblin off the top of their library. And in fact, given that we had the yeah, okay. So given that we had the Subtlety there, and you know we had kind of everything, we probably should have gone Subtlety, pitch to get the Snoop, and then make Rhinos, because we knew the last card of my opponent's hand doesn't really do anything. So right, we're going to mulligan this. This is a lot better. We'll keep. I think I'm going to get rid of Crashing Footfalls. Turn one, we probably want to hold up Dead Gone rather than playing a Footfalls. So Foundation Breaker might get a target if my opponent plays Ether Vial here. Yep. Okay, so another basic forest. That isn't actually too bad. You know, at least it's a land, and it does cast Violent Outburst. Like double, we don't really need double green, but okay. So if the opponent just doesn't do anything here, which is looking likely, we'll just go and grab the Triome, and then okay, you don't mind drawing another Dead Gone. Let's evoke this. Maybe this is no, I think that's fine. I think we'll be sad if my opponent now goes like Chalice of the Void or Void Mirror, but I would have thought they'd play it last turn. Okay, maybe not. So yeah, that's really bad. Okay, so we're now going to need to find like Force. You know, we have a lot of ways of dealing with this. Play the Wooded Foothills, pass the turn. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe I wasn't meant to do that. There's the Snoop. So we'll kill the Snoop. Dead. Then we'll fetch a Steam Vents. She's got forests for days. Shardless Agent. We could cast that. Given we can't do anything else. Actually, I don't mind casting that. Won't cast the... It also shuffles one of the footfalls to the bottom because you don't really want to draw that. So Goblin Ringleader is a bit rough here. So we want to draw things like, I guess, Fury. Okay, opponent hits a Sling-Gang Lieutenant. Only one card though. If the opponent attacks, I probably just... This hasn't got first strike or anything, has it? Pretty sure it doesn't have first strike. Yeah, keeping. I'm a bit surprised by that attack, if I'm honest. Ugh. Wonder if I'm meant. No, I'm not going. I'm not going to do that. We've got enough ways to make Rhinos. I think I'll wait and see if we can draw a force. Okay, so this is difficult because my opponent's gonna copy this, search for a goblin. This isn't great. So either we could dead this now, opponent doesn't get any value, but they can attack us for 2. We'll let it go. It's actually this decision point. My opponent might just attack. I can't believe they will though. Okay, that's actually quite good play from the opponent. We have to kill the Kiki-Jiki. Yeah. Because otherwise my opponent can just copy everything they get. Yeah, this is quite unfortunate now. This opponent's going to get to... we can't actually do anything with any of the spells in our hand. There's a Goblin Ringleader. Okay, another not great hit from the Ringleader, but it is a haste threat. We're going to start taking 3 per turn. So yeah, Force of Vigor, Brazen Borrower. Well, Subtlety is not actually too bad a draw. You know, it's a good tempo play here. Hopefully my opponent plays something pre-combat. Well, I think they're likely to, because... oh no, this doesn't give everything else haste. That's the Goblin Chieftain. Okay, so we know 4 of the cards in my opponent's hand. I'm not going to cast Subtlety to just kill one of them. Okay, yeah, so we'll cast it on that. Wonder if they'll put it on the top or the bottom. They put it on the bottom. It's possible we should have waited for the Sling-Gang Lieutenant. Don't know how many copies of Kiki-Jiki they play. They're definitely on the beatdown plan now. Oh, come on. Just need, you know, any one of our shatter effects. Ugh, Kiki-Jiki on the top as well, and they can cast that. Yeah, okay, we lose the game. We lose the game to that, I think. So they do play multiple copies of that. Yeah, Goblin Ringleader again. They hit nothing with that one. They really haven't hit that well from their ringleaders. I expect to see an attack with all here, and then I don't think we can win. It's so unfortunate. So yeah, opponent will sacrifice this. Might even die here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're just dead. Ugh. That's a real frustrating one. Yeah, yeah, all down to that ether vial. Okay, so that's a big learning point, I think. Actually, if we think about it, I don't know. It's difficult because if we think about that, you know, it's very easy with rose-tinted glasses and with hindsight. But actually, if you think about the ether vial, our hand was what, 2 cascaders. The ether vial probably doesn't matter. So actually, we were probably best to just wait because that's the absolute worst case scenario, and we lost the game because of it. You know, at any point we could have drawn our Force of Vigor or Prismari Command, Brazen Borrower, but yeah, I think that was probably incorrect. Probably ran out the Foundation Breaker too early. Use it more as a value play rather than anything else, and yeah, that was probably incorrect. But there we go. We'll learn that for next time. Remember, you know, if we're ever in that spot again, we'll remember to do it. Maybe play it a bit differently. But as it is, we're 3-1. See you for the next round. Okay, we are on the play again for round number 5, and we see an okay hand. Definite potential here. You know, it's turn 3 Blood Moon if nothing else. You know, turn 1 Suspend, turn 2 Ice, turn 3 Moon potentially. So I'll lead off on basic. Helps with the Blood Moon. Urza's, well, yeah, Blood Moon good against Urza's Saga. Okay, so this island, ice this. Ugh, another land, not really what we want. Ooh, Shardless Agent. But I think we want to Blood Moon first. Although, let's... Yeah, I'm going to Blood Moon first. I suppose our opponent could have Mystical Dispute or whatever it's called, Metallic Rebuke. That would be frustrating. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. But that would have happened to our... Rhinos anyway. Okay, opponent making mana, which is a bit worrying. A lot of affinity lists did well over the weekend. Usually running Urza. Come on. I think they only run 2 of these as well. So now we need to draw some good stuff. Nope, more lands. Sacrifice this, I think. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's I don't know, we've again, I think we've been pretty unfortunate this league. Opponent hasn't got any lands. But they can make mana with these Springleaf Drums. Okay, Shadow Spear equip. Don't really care about that. Ugh. Can't cast that. Oh, when we're just drawing land after land after land, we're flooding my opponents. It appears that they're mana screwed. So Fury, a good draw. So yeah, we'll make sure we go and fit. We're going to leave the Triome in case you want to cycle it. Oh, crikey, come on. Yeah, pass the turn. I think we've drawn... Yeah, we've drawn one spell, and then the rest has all been lands. My opponent's, yeah, finds a Thought Monitor. Into Thought Monitor. Maybe we should have cast this Shardless Agent, but I don't think there was ever any way we were going to win this game. With you know, what we've drawn and such. Okay, Brazen Borrower. Well, that's a chance. Because we can go Brazen Borrower, get rid of Teferi. Pay the 1. Shardless Agent. I mean, Ether Spellbomb is also very good against us here. Actually, yeah, my opponent can just deal with both of these Rhinos. Because they go Ether Spellbomb, get rid of a Rhino, Teferi, bounce a Rhino. But, I mean, we have to do it at some point. Maybe we should have waited, but... So we need to draw Fury now. If we can draw Fury now, we're not in too bad shape, I guess. Not sure why you'd Portable Hole that. Yeah, if we can draw Fury now, it's not too bad. Oh, come on! I'm going to attack Teferi here. Just, yeah, reducing my opponent's artifact count is always a good idea. Yeah, again, we're destroyed towards our Fury. I guess my opponent could find another Rebuke, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we'll have enough lands to pay for it if we need to. Okay, opponent equipping Thought Monitor. Opponent attacking with everything there. I think I'm just taking that. We'll fetch, try and get some more lands out of our deck. I'm not sure how many more we've got to fetch out. Okay, Boseiju is pretty good. Not that we can do too much with it. I guess we attack. Actually, yeah, we don't want my opponent gaining the life, so we'll kill this. Then I think, yeah, we're going to attack Teferi. Opponent will block with Thought Monitor. Play more land, pass the turn. I guess we're still drawing towards Fury. Not going to fetch now because if we find a blocker or a removal spell, okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so that one was pretty horrendous. I feel like we drew very, very badly. I think we drew 1, 2. I think we drew 3 spells in 10 turns. Something like that, anyway. But we got a good sideboard here. So all of these, possibly the disputes. Force of Negation is an interesting one, but I don't think we want it. We don't want Endurance either, although it's a flash blocker. Chandra again is interesting, but I don't know that we're going to want that. I don't know if I'm too obsessed with that. Blood Moon is fine. It kills Urza's Saga. Maybe we want a couple of dispute is. Oh yeah, we're going to bring in the disputes and maybe the subtleties actually. Maybe we don't want Blood Moon just for Urza's Saga. Yeah, we probably don't. Let's bring in the subtleties because they deal with Urza. I think everything else is probably fine. Okay, not a bad hand here. It hasn't got a cascade. Maybe we're meant to mulligan until we hit cascade. Yeah, I think we are actually meant to mulligan this. That's a lot better. So we'll keep this. We'll bottom. Might bottom the Rhinos actually. Is that crazy? No, I think we'll do that. I think I'd rather do other stuff. Opponent's mulligan to 5. Let's play Scalding Tarn, pass. Okay, Sentinel is good. Wonder if we're meant to ice to guarantee we hit a land. I don't think so though. Kind of want my opponent to play out several things. Well, 1 toughness thing, that is. Meddling Mage. So yeah, we'll just dispute that. Because we can dispute and pay for the Sentinel. So we really need a land now. Come on, land. Yes. So I'm just going to do this right now. We'll go and get a basic island. I'll just Shardless Agent. Yeah, we're going to have to pay 1. We're going to have to let our opponent draw a card, but if we let them untap, my opponent can not Mystical Dispute, I always get that wrong. They can Metallic Rebuke us. I guess I don't actually want to auto yield here in case I want to subtlety. Opponent bounces 1 Rhino and then we go fire, kill this, kill this. No, I think I'm going to subtlety that. Because then next turn we can go Violent Outburst, make even more Rhinos. I guess subtlety comes in any matchup that you expect to fairy. Okay, so they put it on top. Just attack here. This will make it 10, 13 down to 5. I think we'll go for it. Oh, yeah. I think it's worth it there. I guess our opponent could have like engineered explosives, but if all they, yeah, there we go. We just make enough power to. So subtlety proving pretty good there. Wonder if we should be adding subtlety to the 4-color elementals as a one of. Quite like it as a tutor target for Eladamri's call. That'll be quite good. Yeah, I might think about doing that. Okay, so I think we just go with that, and yeah, would be a good time to keep a 7 with Gemstone Caverns. Would quite like some more Furies in the sideboard, maybe instead of this Chandra. Right, clear mulligan here. This is okay. I think we're going to get rid of the Borrower. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Wouldn't mind drawing a green card. To use this Force of Vigor. Okay, opponent plays a tap land. Okay, Boseiju's actually pretty good. I think, what are we going to play? I think I'll play this Fiery Islet. It is going to take, we might end up taking some damage from it, but I think that's worth it. Opponent might have, okay. So let's play Otawara and pass. Good to see Affinity doing well again though. Okay, now we really want to see a Damping Sphere. Okay. I don't think I do anything here. Damping Sphere you'd think would hurt them more than it would hurt us. Okay, that's a really good draw because we can go... Yeah, this is good actually because we go Force of Vigor, kill, definitely Saga, and Sentinel. Oh, I shouldn't have been, yes, my mistake, it shouldn't have been Sentinel. Ooh, if they dispute, I'm not going to pay, I'm going to let them draw the card. Yeah, it should have been killed Damping Sphere as a Saga. But if my opponent, if I pay the 1 and then my opponent and then my opponent kills yeah, if I pay the 1 and then my opponent goes Metallic Rebuke, then we're just absolutely screwed. Okay, Chalice of Void. Thoughtcast. So I'm a bit loath to bounce it yet until I've got a better plan. I'm gonna I don't think I'm gonna cash in these either. Maybe no, I think I'm just gonna pass. Okay, maybe I meant to just play Bonecrusher. Probably not. I think we'll pass and then ice a land. Let's ice this one. Interesting game, this. Damping Sphere is an interesting one. Yeah. We don't care too much about it. So we don't want to use this Brazen Borrower either just yet. Okay, my opponent's got all the hate. So I think it's probably unlikely that we get to cascade. So I think now is the time to cast this Bonecrusher Giant. So I don't think, yeah, we possibly need double green. So I'll go and get green red. Yeah, if we because we now can't Force of Vigor. We can't Force of Vigor for the alternate cost because Void Mirror says you can't do that. Opponent could Metallic Rebuke this, which is fine. Okay, so turns out that that play with the Force of Vigor not paying for Sentinel, looks like that was definitely correct. Need to save on to this Brazen Borrower for obvious reasons. Okay, it's Fairy. Wouldn't be surprised to see them tick up here. So this is not looking good for us. If they tick down, we'll use fire to go to kill it. Fury's a good draw. Okay, so they actually tick down. So, ooh, Prismari Command is interesting. So you could either go fire, kill this. Opponent could have another rebuke, I suppose. Let's go. I want to destroy target artifact, deal 2 damage. Although, given that we're not cycling, I think we'll go. We want to play the land first. So, deal 2 damage. Destroy target artifact. So we'll deal 2 here, and we'll destroy. It's better to destroy Void Mirror. Because I wonder if we're meant to ice this land first. So we go ice this land, then my opponent. Oh no, because then we can't play the Prismari Command because of Damping Sphere. Okay, so deal 2 damage, destroy an artifact. Deal 2 damage. We'll destroy the Void Mirror in case we draw. What's it called? Force of Vigor, and we want to cast it for its alternate cost. Okay, so that worked out well. One of the best draws, obviously. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand. They do run Urza. Don't think I'm meant. Well, maybe I am meant to ice here. Yeah, I'm happy to just draw a card now, I think. Okay, Dispute's actually quite good. Basic land, okay. We probably aren't cracking Islet yet in case we draw Fury. Maybe we're meant to. No, because we don't have double blue either. Okay, our lands are a bit of a mess. Ooh, Force of Vigor. Okay. So probably doing it in upkeep. Yeah. Okay, there's the Rebuke. Yeah, we can't dispute anyway, so maybe we should have waited for another land. Well, yeah, it's definitely possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Urza we can dispute. Sure. So we can't dead that now because of so we couldn't pay the 1. Breeding Pool. Let's get dead this. Pay the 1. Just keeps their artifact count a bit low. Do I want to do that? Because then we can, well, yeah, I feel like we might want to draw a card now with Islet. Trouble is this this dispute is really rotting in our hand. I think opponent's a bit flooded. I wonder if we're meant. Yeah, I'm going to crack this. Ugh. I guess it means that we can cast Fury if we draw it. That's a nice draw. I wonder if we're meant to just start beating down with flash creatures now. I think anything my opponent puts down here, we... Okay, well, we're definitely doing it now. Don't really want my opponent drawing more cards. And we get to attack for 2. No, we won't fetch there because we might want to hardcast Dispute. Ugh. Play a land, pass the turn. So yeah, I can't imagine my opponent put the Thought Monitor anywhere but the top of their library. Ingenious Smith. Okay. Hopefully they don't find Thought Monitor. Although if they find Thought Monitor, we wouldn't mind if they cast it now. Okay, they find a land. So this becomes a bit bigger. I wonder if I'm meant to cast Brazen Borrower. I still don't think I am. Just because, well... Because if we can find Rhinos... you know, it's just so strong to bounce Chalice, but these draws are just awful. Although we're not winning this race, which is a bit troubling. Maybe I'm not meant to attack there. Yeah, maybe I am meant to just flash in Brazen Borrower. Yeah, okay, I'm probably meant to flash in Brazen Borrower there. Just, they'd have been at 10, we go to... Well, they hit him for 5, we go to 6, they go to 4. Yeah, so we do win that race then. Sentinel, sure. Ugh, come on. So we'll dispute that. Pay the 1. So this would cost 3, and then the Brazen Borrower would cost 4. So that's Petty Theft. Chalice doesn't matter with Teferi on the field. Don't really want to Petty Theft this. Let's just Petty Theft the that, I guess. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll cast that. Oh, I can't quite do it. Ugh, I've miscounted. Should have just cast Brazen Borrower. Yeah, we at any point I feel like we had some really good draws. Okay, another Borrower. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can't quite Subtlety. I think we're going to go Brazen Borrower. And then Subtlety. Pass the turn. Yeah, need to draw Fury. Yeah, Rhinos are no good now. We haven't got any more Force of Vigors. Foundation Breaker's not the worst. That was a good draw from the opponent, although Springleaf Drum is not too bad a hit. Oh, we're just going to die to this Ingenious Smith though, because it's going to be a 4/4. I'm going to have to block. I wonder if I meant to double block here. Or do we just go to 2? I think I'm just going to 2. And then we could... Okay, I guess we can... Oh, come on. So we could bounce this. We could bounce to Fairy. Bounce this. Bounce this. Kill... Yeah, we don't want to bounce this, really. Yeah, we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't now. We can bounce this and then draw. Well, yeah, we kind of have to bounce this because we can't block it very well. Maybe we go bounce. If I'd cast that Brazen Borrower earlier, we might have actually had a chance to just to win, because we could attack now. What if we attack with Subtlety, bounce this? No, that's no good. Subtlety needs to be able to block. We might as well attack with this Brazen Borrower. Although it can block this. So we'll attack to Fairy here. Hoping that the Thought Monitor blocks. Which it does. Yeah, we're happy getting that off the field. Okay, bit surprised. Okay, so we get to kill the Teferi. Now we'll pass the turn. See what my opponent does. We have to bounce this Smith. Yeah, that's very good as well. Guess my opponent can equip. Guess they equipped the Sentinel. How much is it to equip? 2, so they can do it a couple of times. Okay, they're not going for it though. Okay, no attacks with a Thought Monitor is interesting. So we'll go Petty Theft this one. Pay the 1. And then we have to trade off here while we still can. Yeah, it's this really cuts down our outs. Yeah, there's the Smith again. See what they find. Thought Monitor. Yeah, they can cast that for 1 mana despite this. So Fury, yeah, Fury's probably still not good enough. Oh, another Thought Monitor. I don't think we brought in the Chandra in the end. Oh, we did bring in Chandra, so I guess Chandra is actually an out. Did we bring it in? Didn't think so. Magus. Oh no, there it is. So that would have been cool, but alas, no. I guess Fury killing a load of stuff and then attacking twice, but well, Bonecrusher's not too bad. So we'll go Bonecrusher has to kill a flyer. So we pay the 1. Then cast the Bonecrusher. I mean, this is pretty. We're so far behind here. So we go block, block, block. Oh, we just die anyway. Okay, GG's. Yeah, opponent with all the hate there. Maybe we should have waited an extra turn when we went for that Force of Vigor. Seems like quite a hard matchup. Often we play 4 Force of Vigor in the sideboard, which would have improved matters, but there we go. Annoying to go from a 3-0 start to a 3-2, but you know that's how it goes sometimes. I think I was fairly happy with the deck. Main deck Blood Moon never really came up, and when it did, I think we got a tad unlucky with it. We sideboarded it out quite a lot. I would want to go up to 4 Force of Vigor in the side. 4 Dispute were really good. Subtlety impressed. Chandra failed to impress, and we didn't really see the Ashioks. So I think I'd go back to a more traditional sideboard, but I would keep the Subtleties in. But yeah, happy to play the deck. It was good fun as usual. I hope everyone enjoyed that, but see you for the next league next time. Cheers.